This is Field Communications in Philadelphia. It's action, adventure, and beauty with that all-American girl, Wonder Woman, tonight at 6 on Channel 48.
Morning.
What do you mean morning? It's after 12. You're almost an hour late.
No, I just couldn't get started this morning.
Yeah, well, you better get started now because the lunch crowd will be here any minute.
Yeah, all three of them.
What did you do last night anyway? I know you didn't go skating because you left your skates here.
I don't know, I was just too tired. Maybe I'll go tonight.
Well, why don't you just skate right on back there and get your little uniform? Because here comes somebody now.
You take care of yourself.
Bobbie! Well, what do you know? You must have liked the food.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the food.
Well, why don't you sit right over here and I'll fetch you a menu.
Oh, that's okay. I'll wait for Bobbie, thanks.
She went to change, but I'll take your order. Special today, salmon steak.
Mrs. Karr?
Dr. Bryson. Oh, I've been begging them to have you come here.
Well, here I am. I can see by that tray that what they tell me is true. You're simply not eating, are you?
I can't eat, Doctor. You keep me locked in here. With my head in those bandages, and you keep drugging me all the time.
Please, Mrs. Karr. This situation isn't any more comfortable for us than it is for you. But you made it necessary, and I cannot and will not permit you to make it worse.
Edge of Night is brought to you by Bold 3 Detergent Plus Fabric Softener. Clean softens, control static, Bold 3. And by Mountain Grown Folgers. Mountain Grown coffee, the richest kind.
What do you use in the automatic drip coffee maker? Folgers Flaked Coffee. Delicious.
What'd you use in the automatic coffee maker?
Folgers Flake Coffee.
Great.
Mrs. Olson, what did you use in the... Oh, Folgers Flake Coffee.
Nothing's better in these coffee makers.
Why is that?
Folgers is mountain grown, the richest kind of coffee.
And it's flaked?
Flaked to release more rich flavor. You use less. If you normally use 5 measures, you'll only need 4 of Folgers Flake Coffee.
Delicious.
Folgers is a coffee recommended by Sunbeam for its automatic coffee makers. Mountain Grown Folgers, that's how good coffee makers make great coffee.
You gotta find it, Grandma.
I did. Mommy's favorite birthday dress.
Perfect for you. It's dirty.
Needs a good old-fashioned cleaning.
Feels rough, too.
We'll use Bold 3. Detergent plus fabric softener, all in one.
How can a detergent with a newfangled fabric softener give an old-fashioned clean and soften, too?
Bold 3 can. Watch.
We took the softening and static control of a full-strength fabric softener and concentrated it into a powder. Then we combined it with Bold 3's powerful powder detergent.
Now I call that an old-fashioned clean.
So soft, too.
Such softness from a box of detergent.
Look, no static clean here.
Bold 3 for an old-fashioned clean and a newfangled fabric softener in one.
Doctor, don't you understand? My stomach can't accept much food.
Well, maybe you need some exercise. All right. If you promise to behave, I'll have Sharky walk you up and down the corridors several times a day. But it will have to be on a very strict schedule.
I can only think My husband, by now you must think that I'm dead, don't you understand?
At the moment, you're simply described as missing.
Doctor, isn't there some way you could get word to him? Whatever way you would choose, just to let him know that I'm all right.
It's out of the question.
I mean, you wouldn't tell him where I am or what's happening, just to reassure him.
Mrs. Karr, it simply can't be done. Not now.
Oh, how long is this going to go on? How long am I going to be a prisoner here?
Well, what you really don't appreciate, Mrs. Karr, is the fact that we are your prisoners just as much as you are ours. You know, it pains me very much, Mrs. Karr, but please understand, you brought it on yourself.
What's this all about? Why are you bothering me?
Oh, but please,
First you go snooping around the silver spoon, and now you go. What are you trying to do? Get me fired, huh?
You're hurting me.
Not as bad as I'm going to hurt you if you don't tell me
let
what
me
you
go.
want. I don't like nosy people around here. Lady!
Dr. Bryson!
What's going on? Mrs. Karr, what are you doing here?
Gideon. You're Ira Gideon.
Doc, it wasn't my fault. She pushed right past me and went right through the gate. I couldn't stop her.
Beth! Beth!
Yes.
Take Mr. Kincaid down to his room at once.
Yes, of course. This way, Mr. Kincaid, please.
Sharky, sit her down and then go out and close the door.
Are you sure you want me to leave? I mean, she might try something.
All right. You might as well stay. There's not much that you don't know at this point.
I would like to explain something. The only reason I came here was to discuss some personal matters with this orderly, Mr. Sharkey.
Why the hell did you come back? That's what I want to know.
Because I thought you were mistaken about when he left this clinic. I have a photograph of him.
Oh. She may have a gun, Doc.
That is ridiculous. I'm not with the police. I'm a reporter.
In this instant, Mrs. Karr, that's just as critical.
Hey, she was telling the truth. This is my picture. So where'd you get it? Did Bobbie give it to you?
Doctor, you told me that Mr. Sharkey left this clinic about a month ago. But that sign was put up only about 10 days ago.
You tracked me down, huh? What's so important you had to track me down?
Look, the questions I have to ask you are very important, but I haven't got the slightest intention of doing any kind of story about this clinic.
But you have a story now, don't you, Mrs. Karr?
Hey, wait a second. What is all this? What kind of story are you talking about, Doc? Huh?
That man, his name is Ira Gideon, and he's an embezzler. He's wanted by the police. Oh, wait a minute. There's more to it than that, though, isn't there? Our doctor is a plastic surgeon. You're going to change his looks, aren't you?
Doctor, Mr. Kincaid is very upset. You may have to give him a sedative.
You mean Mr. Gideon, huh?
You mean this idiot knows as well as our lady reporter?
God, how can things go so wrong so quickly?
Kenneth, Mr. Gideon wants to know what we're going to do. He wants to be sure that he's not in any danger.
Yeah, well, he will be if we let her go.
All right, what in God's name are we going to do with her?
Doc, there's no problem. You just give her one of those needles of yours.
Shut up! I don't want to hear another word out of you, Sharky. This whole damn mess is your fault.
I was just trying to be practical, Doc.
All right, I'll give you something practical to do. Take Mrs. Karr down to one of the little rooms in the old wing. It has a key. One of these.
Right, I'll do that.
Right now.
Right now? I'll do that right now, Doc.
What happens to that $1 million fee now?
Oh, we'll just have to hold her here until this surgery's completed, until Gideon's face is healed and he can leave the clinic.
And what happens if they come looking for Mrs. Karr?
Well, I can't think of everything.
Well, we had better. Is this her bag? What's this? An airline ticket.
I better go and see Gideon. Reassure him that nothing has changed.
Kenneth, close the door. Look at this. Don't you remember what Mrs. Karr said? That she was scheduled on a flight in a couple of hours.
Well, she's going to miss her flight.
What if she doesn't? What if she does fly to San Francisco?
As I said, Mrs. Karr, you brought it on yourself.
Sounds like it's time to try Triaminic.
Triaminic?
Triaminic syrup, the non-prescription liquid cold medicine most recommended by doctors.
Why is it so good?
4 important reasons. 1, Triaminic syrup quickly relieves those drippy, stuffy cold miseries most people suffer most often. 2, Triaminic has no unnecessary ingredients. It doesn't over-medicate. 3, Triaminic is strong enough for adults, yet gentle enough for children. 4, it's pleasant tasting, easy to take.
Sounds like it's time to try Triaminic.
It's a sacrifice.
Billy, what's a sacrifice?
A sacrifice is when the batter's out, but the runners advance. It's also putting up with these flat ships.
It's all I had.
Well, they're still flat.
Try my Ruffles.
Hi,
For a lot of people, there's only one potato chip, Ruffles.
Now that's a chip.
Because Ruffles brand potato chips taste better, crispier, with more potato flavor.
We've got some more Ruffles, Mr. B. Looks like extra innings.
Extra innings?
With a lot of people, it's Ruffles or nothing.
It's unforgivable. Damn it. You told me all the arrangements had been made, including security.
It was completely unexpected, Mr. Gideon.
What I want to know is, what should I expect next? What in God's name are you going to do with this woman?
Believe me, she represents no danger to you.
Yes, that's what Dr. Bryson keeps telling me, but she's still here. And all she has to do is step 1 foot outside that gate.
Mrs. Karr is not leaving, Mr. Gideon. Not before you do.
But that may be weeks. Even after the operation, the healing process.
We will keep her here as long as necessary. Isn't that right, Doctor?
Oh, yes, of course we will. Although there is another alternative. You could leave as soon as I remove the stitches. But that would mean traveling in bandages.
And looking like a man in hiding? No, thank you. I'm sure the police aren't stupid enough to have accepted my suicide at face value. I'm sure they're still on the lookout.
Mrs. Karr will be taken care of. Please, take my word for it.
She is well known here. Don't you realize? The Monticello newspapers cover her disappearance every single day.
Yes, but she did not disappear in Monticello. That is the important point. They're not looking for her here.
Yes, that's true. Thanks to Beth.
Well, it was fortunate that Mrs. Karr and I have the same hair color.
Enjoy your flight. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Mrs. Karr? Smoking or non-smoking?
Non-smoking, please.
All right. That's a yes. I have a nice window seat for you.
Thank you.
Have a good flight.
Thank you. I had a very nice flight, although I kept myself quite busy.
Would you like some coffee or tea?
Coffee, regular?
Nothing for me, please. Okay. Ma'am, would you like some coffee or tea?
Oh, nothing, thank you.
What a lovely bracelet.
Oh, thank you. It was a Christmas gift from my husband.
Oh, I wish I had a husband with taste like that.
Thank you. Wasn't it nice of Mr. Karr to have given his wife such an unusual bracelet? Everybody noticed it.
That's $7.50 on the middle, lady, plus $1 for the tolls.
Here you are.
Thank you.
Keep the change.
Thank you. Have a nice time in San Francisco.
Oh, thank you.
That's why everyone in the country thinks Mrs. Karr has disappeared somewhere out there, Mr. Gideon. Just as you did.
But I'm here. And I don't want anything to go wrong. So you get your problems straightened up right now.
Hey, your folks got a new set of wheels.
Come on! We brought you something.
Puritan oil? Puritan is part of our diet to fight cholesterol.
And it makes food taste great.
I use corn oil. Puritan has more polyunsaturates than corn oil. It also looks lighter. Tastes lighter.
Delicious. You young folks really know what's cooking.
Puritan, a delicious part of your diet to fight cholesterol.
Betsy smells funny.
That's baby smells. Smelly formula, sticky baby food.
Diapers.
That's ammonia. Baby laundry's a special problem. So instead of regular detergent, I use Dreft with enriched borax. It's specially made for baby laundry.
There's borax in grain after grain of Dreft. Dreft gets tough baby laundry clean and clean smelling.
Now she smells good.
Dreft cleans baby smells out of baby laundry.
I smell flowers.
New dishwashing liquid.
Oh, fresh. But for that grease, you'll need Dawn.
Wrong. New fresh scent Dawn.
Watch. Half a cup of grease added to dishwater. Dawn breaks up grease, surrounds it, takes grease out of your way, helps keep it from settling back.
Dishes don't feel greasy.
Or my hands.
No flowers, huh?
Dawn takes grease out of your way.
And now, it smells even better.
Why didn't you eat it all, Mrs. Karr? Didn't you like the food? You know, our chef is an excellent cook, you know. The Rexford prides itself on the quality of its cuisine.
Yes, I'm sure it's a very lovely place.
Well, it is, usually. We have very distinguished patients. You'd be surprised at some of the well-known faces that have come here to be, shall we say, restored.
Oh, I don't doubt that you know your job well.
You're quite right. I know my field very well. You know, the Rexford Clinic is not a factory, Mrs. Karr. Nor do I deal only in cosmetic surgery. I perform a great many operations for correctional purposes. Many of them for charity cases.
Oh, is that what I am, a charity case? Because I'm certainly not paying for this.
I would have been very proud to have had a hand in creating a face as beautiful as yours, Mrs. Karr. And I'm also very proud to say that I've helped a great many people, some of them youngsters, who would have gone through life suffering because of their deformities.
Doctor, why are you defending yourself to me?
Because, my dear young woman, you obviously think that I'm some sort of criminal.
Ira Gideon is a criminal, and you knew exactly what you were doing when you admitted him here.
A patient is a patient. His motives are none of my business. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Doctor, please, can't you... Could you please let my husband know?
Bobbie, can I talk to you for a minute?
Can't you see I'm working?
Can't you see I'm a customer?
Look, I told you everything I had to say. Now, why can't you leave me alone?
Look, all I want is a couple minutes. If you don't give me that, I'll just keep coming back here till you do. It's your stomach, honey. And my death will be on your conscience. Okay, 2 minutes. But listen, you know, you really shouldn't bug me about Matt Sharkey. It's not worth finding. How well do you know the guy? I know him well enough to know that he goes after what he wants until he gets it, and then he leaves you flat. Get my drift? Well, you obviously don't care much about the guy. What difference does it make to you if you tell me where I can find him? Because I can't, okay? Why can't you? Because he doesn't want to be found. How do you know that? Did he tell you that? Gee, one of your ancestors must have been a mule. Oh, come on. You can tell me. Was he doing something wrong? Is he doing something illegal? He's working in one of those places that doesn't want publicity. It's one of those private hospitals with a lot of famous people, you know, and they don't want people knowing. Now, do you understand? No, not really. Look, Sharky's making a lot of money in this place, and if there's one thing Sharky loves, it's the green stuff. Well, I have absolutely no intention of making the guy lose his job. All I wouldn't do is talk to him. Well, you still haven't told me why. Well, it's personal. I didn't think you were trying to sell him a car. Look, do you want me to pay you for the information? If that's what you want. Look, I'll tell you what I want. I want you to forget you ever heard or saw this name, okay? Can you do me that favor? I may not make as much as Sharky, but I'd like to keep this job just the same. This yours? How much do I owe you?
That'll be $4.53.
What, you got a roller skating rink in the back or something?
What? Oh, no, they're Bobbie's skates. She's crazy about skating. She goes to the roller rink down the street every night.
If your husband's plain uncoated white plate just sprung a leak, make a fuss. And the next time, give him a Dixie printed plate. It won't soak through.
Dixie helps you do more for the people you care for.
When it's lunch on the run, don't you miss out on the fun. Give him Dixie printed plates. The prettiest plates you'll never wash.
Dixie helps you do more
for the people you care for.
You have a number of choices in Powerhead canister vacuum cleaners, and they all claim to do an outstanding cleaning job. But in tests of carpet cleaning effectiveness, based on accepted industry standards, one proved to be far superior to all the rest. This one. The new Hoover Celebrity Powerhead. One of the best reasons yet. America trusts Hoover to take good care of its homes.
Fred gets himself into real hot water when he makes a date with two women for the same night on Sanford & Son tonight at 7. Then later, convention-bound Archie's missing and the Bunker family's frantically searching for clues where to find him on All of the Family tonight at 7:30 on Channel 48.
We'll simply have to move as fast as we can. I'm going to schedule the operation for tomorrow morning.
Does Featherstone know?
Well, I've asked him to come in.
Speed isn't the answer to this problem, Kenneth. You know it isn't.
Nevertheless, the faster we can get rid of Gideon, the better.
The faster he pays his fee, the better.
Come in.
You wanted to see me?
Oh, come in, Arnold. Yes, I was just telling Beth that I'm going to operate on Mr. Kincaid tomorrow morning.
Huh? What?
I'm going to operate on Mr. Kincaid tomorrow morning.
But we were going to discuss our procedures again.
Well, I think we've discussed it enough. The man's getting restless.
He's been restless since the minute he arrived here. I don't like that Mr. Kincaid, Kenneth. There's something wrong with him, something wrong about his motivation.
He is a business executive, Dr. Featherstone, and wants to look younger. That's not uncommon.
Well, you still plan on performing the skin graft?
Well, I was trying to determine how we could do without it in order to speed up the healing process, but...
what about the dermatome? Is that working properly?
Well, that's what I want you to check on immediately. Also bring the photographs. so we can discuss the incision lines again.
Yeah, all right. I'll be back directly. I still don't understand all this haste, Kenneth.
Please, Doctor, do as my husband asks.
All right.
Easy, Beth. We don't want Featherstone to know any more than he does. It's bad enough that Sharkey knows
I'm
our
not
business.
worried about Sharkey or that half-blind, deaf old man. It's Mrs. Karr who worries me. Maybe we should feed her intravenously.
Well, she's promised to eat.
That's not what I meant. Kenneth, it would be so simple to put something in the IV.
I don't want to hear that.
Kenneth, the problem won't be solved when Gideon leaves. She will still be here. She will still have to be dealt with. Kenneth, we will have $1 million and no way to spend it. We can't keep her a prisoner for the rest of her life.
I cannot do such a thing.
Doc Featherstone tells me you want the OR cleaned up.
Yes, that's correct. You and Wally take care of it. And be sure and do a thorough job.
I always do a thorough job, Doc.
Maybe you can't do it, Kenneth. But what about him?
Nick, I need help.
Sure.
What should I use to clean my bathroom?
Fantastic.
But that's my kitchen cleaner. What about my bath?
Look, as fast and easy as Fantastic cleans your kitchen, it'll clean your bath.
Nick's right. Fantastic cuts right through grease, dirt, and soap scum. My whole bathroom sparkles. Nick, Fantastic is super in the bathroom.
Fantastic. What it does for your kitchen, it'll do for your bath.
Miss Cole's big trouble. What'd you get me?
Well, you've been sniffling, sneezing in your head, Stuffy. So I got you some time capsules.
But I'm also coughing, aching, feverish. Tonight, I gotta rest.
I was supposed to get a sniffling, sneezing, coughing, aching, stuffy head fever so you can rest medicine?
That's NyQuil. Relieves everything these capsules do, plus other symptoms they don't.
NyQuil.
I need some.
I'll get some.
NyQuil, the nighttime sniffling, sneezing, coughing, aching, stuffy head fever so you can rest medicine.
Friday night is a special night on Channel 48. At 8, Jacques Cousteau takes us on a behind-the-scenes look at how and why the men on the Calypso have made a career of oceanographic research on the water planet. Now stay tuned as Jessica Walter, Annette Funicello, and Christopher George sail aboard the Love Boat next on Channel 48.